Okay, so I don't do this like ever. I'm not one to sit here and make videos, make recordings, whatever. Well, hence the reason why you don't see my face. Anyway, so I had this really crazy experience, and God only knows everybody believes that I'm a conspiracy theorist, whatever. I'm a religious nut, whatever. Jesus freak, whatever. Okay, guilty, guilty, guilty. Okay, whatever. I don't care. So, that being said, I had just got done in my prayer closet having an amazingly spiritual conversation with the Lord. It was amazing. I felt great. I was on fire. Um, and I decided I had to go check some mail. So I went walking along to go check some mail, and I went out the front door. I went out. I was almost to the mailbox. I kind of was just standing out there at the end of the driveway. Mailbox over to my right. This tree full of birds over to my left. And they were chirping so very, very loudly. Like there had to have been like 100 birds in this tree, all just chirp, 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 like so freaking loud and crazy. And I was just like, okay, the birds are chirping. What a beautiful day. And then I thought to myself, that's some really loud bird chirping over there. Like, and all concentrated in this one specific tree. I'm just like, okay, that's crazy. And I look over, I put my hand up over my eyes and I squint over at the tree and I start to listen to them and they're all chirping together, but they're chirping all like individually, if that makes sense. Like, but it's like all of them are making this like electronic computerized sound. It is the craziest thing I ever heard. And I'm like, that is so crazy. And then I remembered, all the stories that I'd heard through the years of people believing that they were putting electronic devices and stuff inside of birds and stuff and, you know, for whatever. I know why, okay? Look, I know a whole lot of stuff. I There's a lot of things, okay? But anyways, that I don't want to get too off topic because my little ADHD brain can't handle that. Anyway, so I'm just standing out there noticing this sound that they're making and it sounds electric. Like computer sounds. Like it's so weird. And within like a second of me noticing the sounds electronic, the whole group of birds just suddenly gets up and leaves. Just bye. And I had been standing there for a good little bit before they finally left. It wasn't until I actually noticed in my own self that they were there making all that noise and it sounded weird that they just suddenly boom and left and they all took off together and when I noticed their flight pattern it was weird too, but I don't want to even get into that. So yeah, there's that. Yeah. Yes, I'm a conspiracy theorist if that's what you want to call me, but really it's just I'm not blind and ignorant and I just don't believe that human beings are not capable of such things against humanity. I refuse to let my mind believe that everything's just normal all the time and that humanity is just doing what humanity does. No, I'm sorry. No. Okay. Yeah, you're all people are following along blindly like a bunch of sheep, just doing whatever they're told. I could talk about this kind of stuff forever and ever and ever, but I just need you guys to understand that, like, those who those who have eyes to see will see, and those who have ears to hear will hear. Jesus is calling, God's calling. Open up the door, please. Just allow Him to show you the things, okay? Because it's a lot, okay? And look, man, I have got literally nothing to lose anymore. Like, I'm sick. I don't know how much longer I have. I'm just being straight up, and I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, Debbie Downer. Just being real. Just trying to put things into perspective for people. Understand this, okay? Like, why? What would I have to gain if I'm literally going to die? Like, what would I have to gain from wanting people to see that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life? Period. End of story. Seek him now while you still have time. I love you guys. God bless.